Hi, I'm Rob Groves from Relish Caterers. I love cooking with fresh, seasonal British produce. Today I'm going to show you a fantastically delicious dish that you can do at home. I'm going to show you how to cook ham hock, a very simple recipe for cooking ham hock. It's a brined, it's a salted joint, so when it's finally cooked, the product will be more like a ham, it'll be like a gammon, but because it's on the bone, it's got a lot more flavour and it will just fall apart and it's absolutely delicious. It's the knuckle of a pig. It's a really cheap cut. This should only cost you, £2 or £3 from the supermarket. I've got some carrots. I've got some celery. I've got a sort of selection of different spices. We've got some cloves, some star anise, a sprig of thyme, mustard seeds, fennel seeds, and crushed black peppercorns, and of course some onions. Okay, we'll start with putting the onions in. And we've got our carrots that have just been split open. Our celery goes in, obviously our hock, that sits in there, and then all of our nice little spices mix, that's going to get dropped in as well. And then I've got some nice sweet cider, obviously cider and pork is always going to be a winner. And then we're just going to top that up with enough cold water just so it's covered. Okay, so when it's all topped up with water and covered, you want to bring it up to the heat. As you bring it up to the heat, you're going to get those impurities. Make sure you skim those off using a ladle or a spoon. After 3 hours, the meat should just be falling off the bone and be lovely and juicy. Turn the heat off and let it sit in the hot liquor until it cools down so it's warm enough to handle, to do whatever you want to do with it, because that'll make sure that the juices are locked in and it doesn't dry out. The ham has been ticking over, it's been skimmed, so all the impurities that have risen to the top have been removed. It's been cooking for a little over 3 hours, and I've just let it rest and cool down in the liquor. So it's still hot, but it's not really hot, it's not going to dehydrate when it comes out. During the cooking process, it will obviously evaporate and reduce. You can just top it up with some cold water, just so that the ham is always covered so it's not drying out on top. And we're just going to grab the top bone and just gently lift it out onto this plate. There we go, lovely. The leftover stock, the ham stock, can be used for all kinds of things. You can use it to make a sauce. A reduction to go back over the ham with some honey and some cream. You could also make a lovely pea and ham soup, use it as a base for that, bung your peas in, whiz it up, and then just get your ham hock and just flake it through, fresh parsley and a bit of mint. Delicious, yeah, delicious soup. So we'll just start by removing this fat. Should just be able to trim it away from the meat, like so. And this meat is just falling off the bone now, so if I grab the two bones at the top and pull it open, you'll see there, look at it just falling out. And when you're going through it, you can just remove the two bones, there's that one there, and then the bigger bone. Make sure the skin's out, and there will be little pockets of gristle as well, but they're easy to see. And you can just then pop those out as well until you're just left with all that delicious slow cooked meat. Once you've removed all of the sinew and bone, you can pop it on a board and you can carve it. And you might serve this for 2 people for dinner with, say, a parsley sauce. Like ham and parsley sauce is delicious, it works really well together. And then just some nice mashed potato or boiled new potatoes. And this is going to be soft, it's going to be really delicious, and it's going to be really succulent as well. And you can just lift that off onto your plate. And then, like I said, nappe over with some fresh parsley sauce, or just garnish it up with some fresh parsley. I've got some fresh mint here as well. Mint's going to give it a nice freshness. That goes over the top. And then some capers. Nice acidic capers. And you've got that salty ham, which has got a lovely flavour to it. A little bit of sourdough. And that's how to very, very simply cook ham hock.